Today I'm gonna walk you through a full body session I did while I was on a vacation in Greece with, to be honest, pretty limited equipment. The only thing I had was a few mini bands. So, of course, as always, I started with my warm-up. I always like to start from top to bottom, so I would warm up my upper body first, my shoulders, elbows, back, and of course lower back. From there I would move to the lower body, to the hips, hamstrings, quads, calves. I try to keep it as dynamic as possible, so no static stretching. And as you can see here, I like to focus on the hips a lot. I do internal and external rotations of the hips. I do these knee raises, which kind of look like skips, and here you can see me doing some skips as well. The reason I like doing explosive and a little bit more intensive exercises for my warm-ups and not static stretching is because I like to get a little sweat, if I can call it that way. I like to get a little sweat before I move into the more intensive exercises. I would like to make sure that the blood is flowing into my muscles, that I'm prepared, and so static stretching doesn't really get you those benefits, and so I like doing more of those exercises. And I actually recently started doing this 3-directional leg raise, which I really liked. After my lower body exercises, lower body warm-up exercises, I move into the first exercise of this workout, which was this split stance isometric hold. As you can see, I try to keep 90 degrees or near 90-degree angles in both legs, so the front leg and the back leg will be at 90 degrees. And I like to also, you can do it with the flat feet, with flat feet, but I like staying on my toes, both with my front and my back leg. From there I move to those split stance jumps, which is pretty much the exact same position, but it's not an isometric hold, it's a plyometric exercise. You pretty much get into the same position, and from there you explode up, switch the legs mid-air like you're doing a split, and then you come back landing, and you try to maintain control and bend a little bit the knees when you land so it doesn't hurt on the knees. You gotta make sure you're landing a little bit softer. From there I did an alternating box jumps, which are pretty self-explanatory. I really like this one because it teaches you to react quickly off the ground, which is really important when you want to focus on your speed. Then I moved over to the heel, which was my only equipment pretty much. I did some plyometrics on the heel as well, which I really like doing. I like doing a lot of plyometrics on heels, and I love doing a lot of sprinting mechanics, just like this exercise on heels. And of course I like sprinting on heels as well, but this will come after those exercises.
Since yesterday?
In Thessaloniki or in Perea only?
Yeah, in Perea only.
I wish you have a good time.
Thank you.
If you need to ask anything, just ask me.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Come on, hello, Cookie.
Bye, Cookie.
The reason I like doing plyometrics and sprints on heels is just because of the extra resistance it adds to the sprint itself, or to the plyometric itself. It's really beneficial because you can pretty much add resistance to your sprints or to your plyometrics without having any equipment. I know it's quite hard to find heels, especially if you live in a flat area. But if you do manage to find the heel, please use it to your advantage. Sprint on the fucking heel, do some plyometrics, do some A skips, do some B skips, do some sprinting exercises on this heel, because it's really beneficial. Usually the steeper the hill, the more resistance you have. Those hills in Greece are steep, like they were really steep, and so the resistance was much greater. But even if you have just a little slider of an incline on the hill itself, you can still use it because it's still really beneficial. And I do encourage every single one of you to use the heel to your advantage. Then I moved over to the upper body, and as I already said, I didn't have much equipment. The only thing I had was a few mini bands, which were actually my girlfriend's, but I stole them from her because I needed something on this vacation to actually be able to work out. Of course my girlfriend was with me, but I was the one using them. After I did the shoulder raises to kind of warm up the upper body, I moved over to the banded push-ups, which was pretty much the only thing I could do with those bands because they were really small. But some resistance is better than no resistance, so I just used them to my advantage. And of course I didn't only work on the upper body with the bands, I did some core and hip flexor exercises after the banded push-ups, but I just wanted to show you a few more clips of me doing them because I see a lot of people doing push-ups incorrectly. So here we go, this is a proper push-up form, even with resistance. And then I moved over to the exercises I mentioned. To be honest with you, I didn't really know what I was gonna do for the lower body with the bands, so this is the exercise I picked, and to be honest, it felt really good on the hip flexors. doing this as a superset. Of course, I started with this exercise, which was like the alternating knee raises, banded. I did 3 sets of 20, and after I finished with those, I moved over to the other exercise which you saw, which was pretty much knee raises with both feet, not alternating. And I did this as a superset, as I mentioned. Did I really just call a crunch knee raises? Yeah, I meant crunches. Like, my brain is just not working today. But yeah, of course, the second exercise was the crunches. Banded. The band didn't really add any resistance, but I just did it because I was already strapped up from the previous exercise, and I moved straight to the other, so I didn't want to take the band off, so I just kind of use it that way. At the level that I'm at right now, except for the heel sprints and the plyometrics and the isometric work, those banded exercises don't really do much for me, except for keeping my form at the exact same level that it was. But I'm not saying that I'm gonna see any insane results from those exercises, neither to my core or to my hip flexors. My hip flexors did feel really good after this, not gonna lie to you. They felt really relaxed. They felt like they've been working, but they were relaxed. But some like exercises like these are just not gonna cut it for me at the level I'm at right now. But as I said, doing something is better than doing nothing. So I just had to move my body and use my muscles and just feel good. So that's what I did. I really just freestyled this workout, and I was actually really happy with how I felt afterwards. I didn't expect much results from it, except for the sprinting exercises and the plyometrics, as I said. But the band exercises were just kind of a filler at the end to kind of get some blood flow going and to feel a little pump. But that was pretty much it. For example, the single arm banded bicep curl did not provide nowhere near the needed resistance, but I just did it, as I said, because it felt nice. I got the body, I got a little pump, I moved my body. I got the benefits of the heel sprints, and that was pretty much the goal of the workout. Thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, if you found this workout beneficial and you would like to see more workouts like this, subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be posting much more workouts. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.